The reason that you're in front of me right now is because the system failed you. You have been beaten, you have been pounded over and over again. But you have still not lost any of your worth.
All right, so hi you guys. Hey loves, before we jump in, just a quick note. I don't keep up with celebrity news, which is actually great because it lets me come into every reading with a clear, fresh perspective. So I'll be relying on you guys to let me know what you want to hear. This reading is for entertainment purposes only. Afterwards, I'll sometimes check online for a few things to directly connect to what came through in the cards. And I'll share that with you so you can see the bigger picture right along with me. Now let's get started. Hey and welcome. So I'm feeling a bit emotional today. I just lost my job. So I guess I can dedicate some more time to, and I'm going to try not to cry about it. I just literally lost my job. It's okay. Just give me a moment. So I'm usually that person who I'm gonna try not to cry because it'll be good for this reading. Since readings are based on emotions and your ability to feel, I'm gonna use this in the reading, okay? But I do feel a little bit hurt and betrayed. It's almost like in corporate America, there's like a stupid meter. And if you can't be smarter than the person who is considered the smartest person in the room, and if you are, then there's a personal vendetta on your back. That's why it's almost like you almost gotta be dumb to be smart, to succeed. And you know, it sometimes reaches a point where you get tired of doing bare minimum, knowing you could do more and make more. It just happened today, but just literally a second ago. But I'm gonna put it in this reading so we're able to get a strong message. Okay. Let me. Okay, I want to apologize ahead of time because I just turned on the camera. I didn't have the opportunity to see who requested the Jamie Foxx reading. This reading is for Jamie Foxx. This request has been submitted by Camilla Tarot asks, can you do Jamie Foxx's current energy next? We've had a couple people actually request Jamie Foxx, and I didn't even think Jamie Foxx was popping like that anymore, but I guess he is. All right, so here we go. All right, now for some odd reason, I actually drew some cards today, and I actually got the message. I got the message that I was going to be fired, but I tried not to believe it. But it happened anyway. It's when you're a tarot reader, it's not easy for you to do readings on yourself because you doubt it. It's easier coming from somebody else. So I doubted it, and then it came to pass. So note to self, don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on this Jamie Foxx reading. I actually drew cards for myself. Now I can't even find the remainder of this deck, which is interesting. It only has these, and I know everything happens for a reason. So, and we're getting into the Jamie Foxx reading. So let's see why I'm only given these cards. We'll see. Okay, I can't find it anywhere. Hopefully I spot him with my little eye. Let's see, is it in here? No. Interesting. I don't know where it could be at all. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get started. with Jamie Foxx. Let's see what's going on with Jamie. I know I was asked if I can do a current energy. I didn't do a reading before this, so it's going to be kind of difficult for me to get a current energy, but I'm going to see if I can ask them the message to be fast forwarded to where I'm mainly getting current energies, because it's the reason I'm saying it's going to be kind of hard for me to get a current energy is because you can't know what's current until you know what's already happened. So I didn't pull an already happened reading to get an idea of what's already going on in order to be made current. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to see if I can get an expedited past reading, so that way we can get a clear current reading. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let's go ahead and pray over these cards. I didn't pray over it before turning on the camera, so here we go. Lord Jesus, this message is for Jamie Foxx and Jamie Foxx alone. Although there are other spectators looking at this message, I pray that he does find it. And I pray that it helps him and gives him the wisdom to make the right moves and go into the right direction, Lord Jesus. Lord, I pray that you use me as your oracle, for in the Bible it says that an oracle should act in the oracle of God. So I'm acting in your favor in order to deliver the message that needs to be delivered to Jamie Foxx. Hopefully this message provides some type of change and approval, maybe he's okay, of some type of it'll improve his life in some way or another. Lord, cover these cards with your blood and let the messages come clear, and let it what needs to be known be drawn into me, so that I can deliver this message directly to Jamie Foxx in his goodwill. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Okay, all right, here we go. Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx. Let's see what's going on with Jamie. Hold on. I think I found the cards. No, I didn't. Okay, false alarm. Yeah, I guess this is the message. The cards that we'll be using. It's here when it comes to the Truth Oracle cards. It's a real thin deck, but everything happens for a reason, and we will see why it's so thin here in a moment. For some reason, I do believe that it has something to do with him, because he might be losing weight. Has Jamie Foxx been losing weight? Because as soon as I lost my job and I said, let me get some readings in, the first person that came to my mind was Jamie Foxx. And I know I was supposed to do Adele, so we'll see. Has Jamie Foxx been losing weight? Has he been getting thinner? What's the message for Jamie? Divine timing. Where's the rest of this deck? Where's the rest of this deck? Jamie. Two, 3, 4 on the clock. Okay. I don't even know why my clock is set for 2, 3, 4. Jamie. Look for. So we have to look for. Okay, it's been really interesting because in the night I've been waking up with this off my arm or broken, or which is very interesting. I rebuke any negative energies that are trying to get into my life, get into my space. Okay. Jamie Foxx. Okay. Key people, core of the problem, pass. Jamie Foxx. I really wish that I knew where that other deck was. Jamie Foxx. What's going on with Jamie? Foxx? Miracle. This is for future energy. Miracle. Jamie Foxx. What's What's going on with Jamie Foxx? If none of these pull, then we'll just move on to the other deck. Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx. What's going on with Jamie? What's going on with Jamie Foxx? 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 Tell me what's going on. I guess none of these cards are for him. We'll try again later. Okay, let's take a look. Let me see what Jamie Foxx's birthday is, so I'll know when he makes an appearance. I'm sure some of you guys already know. Date of birth. Okay, December 13th, 1967. So that makes him a Sagittarius. Let me double check on that. Either that or a Scorpio. Daily horoscope. Ooh. This is definitely going to be a Jamie Foxx reading. I'm just starting to start singing out of the blue. So, hold on, Jamie Foxx. Date of birth. Bear with me, you guys. Bear with me. Okay, December 13th. So that makes him a Sagittarius. Okay. So let's see what we got for Jamie Foxx himself. Jamie. What's going on with you, Jamie? Okay. All right. So right now, Jamie Foxx is defending himself. There's something he's been waiting for, or there's something that, you know, just happens, you know, in its time. And he's finding that he's having to defend himself against this thing. He put a lot of work into it. Jamie Foxx. Okay. Oh, for those of you who are new here, I don't take any cards that flip over in the deck. Like this one just did. We consider them, but we don't lay them on the table. The only cards that we take are the ones that drop on the table. That means the cards have been picked by God, hands picked by Spirit. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and go. There we go. All right. Oh, he might be defending himself against a baby mother. He might be having baby mama issues right now. Okay. And since this is divine timing, and right before the reading started, we talked about being able to get a, if we get the Six of Cups, it might help a little determine the energy. Hopefully we get the Six of Cups somewhere here to get kind of like a clarification message saying this is the past, but it doesn't necessarily, we don't necessarily have to get it because we do have the divine timing. So that could have been, you know, at the beginning, Spirit is basically saying you wanted a message from the past because you didn't have an opportunity to do a past message. Well, here I'm giving you a clock. This clock is to let you know that this message is a message that's related to the past situation, so that way you can move forward and be able to give a clear reading on the future. So from what I'm seeing here, it looks like he has been dealing with issues with a baby mama that, you know, he co-parents with, you know, somebody in the past. It does show that it has ended. It is a past. Okay. Let's see here. And that's something that he was dealing with in the past, and it looks like the situation he's dealing with today in the future is related to his baby mama. Jamie Foxx. Okay. All right. This talks about walking away from something. Okay. So he walked away from something. Okay. He walked away from this baby mama. So she didn't leave him. He left her. He kept having to defend himself. He was tired of having to defend himself, so he decided just to walk away. So she could have been always, you know, accusing him of cheating. Okay, let's get some more cards. Jamie Foxx, Jamie Foxx, Jamie Foxx. What's going on with Jamie Foxx? What's going on with Jamie Foxx right now? Ooh, thank you, 3 at a time. Okay. All right, so it looks like right now Okay. All right. Jamie Foxx right now is not doing good financially. And right now he's trying to use what he has learned and his skills to see if he can get into a better place. But right now he's not doing well financially, and it's almost like he's looking into this. He's trying to figure out why. He's almost kind of becoming obsessed with why. You know, things have all of a sudden changed for him to where he's not doing good financially. Okay, but I'm also showing here that he's doing the work, you know, to change that. I'm showing where, even though he may not be doing it too good financially, when I say that, that's related to incoming projects. Okay, so it's not related to, you know, I'm gonna speak to Jamie Foxx. So it's related to your incoming projects. Okay, so I see here that, you know, you're worried that you're not doing good financially. Okay. Yeah, let me speak to Jamie Foxx. Y'all can listen in. Okay. All right. So Jamie, even though you are a little worried that you're not doing good financially, it does look like if you are to use your intuition, you'll be able to see why. Okay. And it might involve a little bit of research. You have to do a little bit of research, dig a little deep. But whatever the reason is, I just got a message that it could have something to do with the person who's managing you. You might have to dig a little deep. They might be putting dirt on your name. Okay, let's do some more. Let's shuffle. Jamie Foxx. Okay. Did you get into a fight or something with somebody that fell out? We're going to keep it. Even though we only use 3 at the bottom, we'll keep it. Did you get into a disagreement with someone who was possibly managing you or something? Or did you walk away? Did you just change management or something like that? Because we have this card twice. So this is something you walked away from. And because you walked away from that person or this person, it looks like they weren't too happy about it. But and it's interesting because it does look like it is involving your baby mama, or it may not even be related to your baby mama. This is a baby mama card. This could be some woman that you were working with who's pregnant, or who was pregnant, or who was a mother figure. Could be a manager. Okay, it could be a baby mama. You know, let me get some. And we also have the Wheel of Fortune. So it's not something that you were anticipating. It's something that just happened. Like, you know, this is not something that, you know, it was in the cards. You know, you didn't see, no pun intended, you didn't see it playing out. And it was just a sudden change of events. You know, it was just something that happened out of ups and downs. Okay. But I just got a message that you could have possibly slept with somebody who was in your management, or the person was close to your management, related to your management, and you after that you walked away. You didn't, you know, pay them too much mind, and because of that, they may have been trying to reach out to you, and you've been trying to gain clarity on why. They've been trying to gain clarity on why you just walked away. But it does look like you are dealing with someone right now that you walked away from. Okay, and this person that you walked away from has a lot to do with why you're not seeing progress in your career right now. Yeah. You don't sleep where you eat, Jamie. Don't eat where you sleep. Or shit where you sleep. Eat where you sleep. Don't eat where you sleep. Don't eat where you sleep. Eat. Don't eat. Okay, this person could be somebody where you were dating them and you guys would always like have, like, you know, go out, you know, do takeout and maybe eat in the same room, and, you know, watch dinner, watch movies and order takeout. But I'm not showing an energy of love here. I am showing that this person, I'm showing that Well, let's go ahead and let's gain some more clarity, because I would like to know who that person is, because that person seems to be like the root of your problems. Okay. All right, Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx. Ooh, clear my mind. Clear my mind. Clear my mind. Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx. Jamie. Okay. Okay. What are they looking for? What are they looking for? Yeah, you're looking for answers about what's going on with your career. I'm not showing that you're doing bad financially. You still got money. I mean, you still got money to fall on, but I'm showing here where you're like, I need answers. What's going on? Okay, let's clarify. Yep, I'm sorry, you guys. Clear your mind, clear my mind, clear my mind. Clear your mind, clear your mind, clear my mind, clear my mind, clear my mind, clear my mind, clear your 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 mind. Okay. All right, Jamie. Okay. There we go. Okay. As soon as I said clear my mind, the message for losing my job just came in. Sorry, you guys. Hold on. Let me go back. Okay. Clear your mind. Clear your mind. I have to give me just a moment right now to get back into the space. Okay. How I know that I've moved out of the space is because when I look at the cards, each of the cards no longer have meaning. So I am one of those readers who have the ability to know when they're in or out. So whenever I'm out, I like to step back and say, get back into this place, get back into the space, because wherever you think, that's where you'll draw the cards. And right now, I'm not at Jamie's house. Jamie, I'm sorry, right now I'm not at your house. Let me get back into your place. Let me get back into your space, answer these questions for you to help you move forward better. Okay, so let's see what we got. Okay. All right, so Jamie is dealing with somebody, okay? And again, this can be a past situation, okay? It may be a past situation because we asked for, right before I started, we were talking about how, we want a current energy. So in order to get the current energy, we need a future energy, past energy in order to get the future or the current energy. So this card was drawn or pulled in order for us to understand what the past was, okay? And looking at the past, it looks like Jamie Foxx was dealing with some woman that he walked away from. This woman could be his baby mama. It could be some woman who's a motherly figure. She could be in his management team. We don't know that yet. We're going to clarify here in just a bit. But she could be a part of his management team. But it looks like he walked away from this woman. And for some reason, I personally think, and we'll see here, that this woman has something to do with Jamie's career. Because right now, Jamie, I show here that you're concerned. You're wondering why opportunities are not coming in for you like they used to before. And this is something that you've been investigating, you've been exploring. I won't be surprised if we get the Devil card here. That you're so concerned, like you're becoming obsessed with why are opportunities thin for me? So I understand this here. It's like why are all my opportunities like looking so slim right now? So I'm also showing, and it comes back to this person here at the beginning, like this person has been reaching out to you to gain clarity on something, and we'll clarify again if it's that same person. But here it says key people or key person. So this means that this key person that is the main person in your life has been trying to get a hold of you. They were trying to get a hold of you at that time to gain clarity. They still may be now. They still may be even communicating with you, contacting you, and you think that this person is a friend, but they may not. We could potentially get the Seven of Swords down here saying that this person has been acting as a friend, but they're really not a friend. In actuality, they're actually an enemy, but they've been communicating with you even though they walked away from your good graces or your good energy a long time ago. So let's take a look at the situation, Jamie. Let's see why. Let's see who this is at the top and why you're concerned with your opportunities in your life and why the work has been so thin for you. Okay, and who this person is. Okay, let's clarify, Jamie. Let's start with clarifying this person here. Okay, now I also want to mention, let's look at some of the numbers. Okay, yeah, so this reading is related to work, your stability. Okay, and it's not usual, you know, to get multiple cards pulled that are the same thing in one reading, because again, this is 2 decks of cards. So this is over 140, 150, no, there's 78 cards in here, 7 times, so 160, there's about 150 something cards in here, and we managed to get 2 of the same ones. Think about it, you know. All right, so let's go ahead. Okay, so it looks like a decision was made, okay, about this person here, okay, and I'm gonna put this off to the side. Okay, and I'm gonna put it with this one here. Okay, we're gonna join these 2. It looks like a decision was made that led to, you know, your current situation, Jamie. And I know you're like, why you just decide to put that card there? Because after we went over we summarized the cards, and before we started going into the clarifications, I hadn't looked at any of the cards here and said, you know what? Let me go ahead and draw for this one. So I like to meditate on the card, okay? Now I'm also getting that Jamie Foxx is he likes to go into detail. He likes to explain. He likes to let you know things. He's not just the type of person to do things and do things. He likes to kind of narrate it. Because have I narrated any of my other readings? Like, barely. Okay, so here we go. Okay, Empress, there you go. Okay, so this person here is still trying to decide what they want to do with you. They don't know what they want to do with you. They're still trying to decide. At this point, they think that they're God. They're like, I'll decide what I want to do with them. I'm not sure. I'll think about it. They're not sure. They're still trying to figure it out. They're trying to look at everything that has been presented to them and kind of go from there and decide what they want to do with you. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm showing here that they feel burdened. There's something that there's a position that you put them in where they were burdened. So it's almost like they're kind of getting revenge in a sense. They're trying to get you back. Now, you may not even have known that you burdened this person, because I'm not showing that the burden that you put on one that was very heavy. Yeah. They might just be trying to get you back. They may just not be happy in life. And they want to put their problems on you and make it seem like you had something to do with it and put you in a bad place. So that way, if people ask, they can say, oh, but he did this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, this person, they almost come off as being, they almost come off as being, what is it? nonchalant, while, and in this realm of nonchalantness is almost like they're like playing with your life. Let me pull up a picture of Jamie Foxx 2025. Let's see how he's looking now, because we did also mention something about maybe him losing weight. Let's take a look. Let's see current image of Jamie Foxx. Okay. I don't know if he looks thinner than usual. I can't tell you that. I haven't really been following him. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, Jamie, you pissed somebody off. Okay. Yeah. We have the 9 of Wands, and then we also have the 5 of Cups. And then if you kind of look at this here, this is 9 and 10. And then right before that is, you're getting a lot of Wands cards, almost like someone who's trying to move forward, but you've been preventing their forward movement. Or they feel that you've been preventing their forward movement. You may have made a promise to somebody, and maybe you got busy and you forgot, or you said you're going to do something for somebody. You said you're going to put somebody in this position, and you may have just gotten so busy that you forgot. But this person is fucking with your life. You got to make good. You got to make good, because when somebody says something to you, you may forget, but they don't forget. Okay? And she felt like you just left her hanging. And she may have even did you a favor. She may have did you a favor in the sense of she was doing something for you and kept at it, and wasn't giving up, and just kept you in the loop. And you've left her hanging. We have 9, 10, 12. Do you see how these cards here are the same? You have there's even Jamie's sign. Yeah, you left somebody hanging. He'll have no fury like a woman scorned. And then the funny thing is that even though you left this woman hanging, you will never be able to tell that she's upset. Her energy is so, should I say, like feminine? It's almost like so graceful in a way where she's not like, you don't see anger. Now, that's why I understand how she can fit into your everyday life and you wouldn't even know that she's pissed. And then we have the 5. And you see how I just set this aside here? Wasn't even acknowledging it. It's almost like you almost kind of maybe just set aside the way that she felt, or didn't know she was feeling that way. But you set it aside, like it didn't even matter. You haven't revisited it. You haven't gone back to it. This person is the reason that you are in the cold. You haven't really been receiving opportunities like you have. And see how you have the 5 there and the 5 there. Gotta be careful. Everybody has their different energies. Gotta be careful. You don't know what people are capable of. And even the nicest people, like they say, the nicest people are the ones that'll fuck you up. They'll mess with you. They'll mess with your Okay. All right, let's clarify the 7 of Wands. Okay, there's too many cards. Yeah, too many cards. We'll look at them. Okay. But we're not going to take them because they're just way too many. It's like a word vomit. Okay. All right, so in clarifying the 7 of Wands, I just want to start off with saying we have the 7 of Wands. Okay. This person was doing fine on their own. They were relaxed. They were happy. They were making their own money. They were moving forward. And you were moving forward too. And it looks like you guys were, yeah, you guys may have been buddy-buddy in that sense. Had feelings for each other. She was single. She had a child. You were single. Let's get one clarifier for that card. For the 7 of Wands. Jamie. Okay, yeah. This talks about your movement forward. Saying that you're having to defend your movement forward. This person may have, as I mentioned earlier, you guys may have stopped talking because she started to get really jealous and asking you, like, where you going and stuff. And you felt like you had to walk away from it. Okay. I'm getting, the lines could have started getting blurred, you know, as to where the relationship begins and where work ends. Where it ends and work begins. Let's clarify. You don't work with Jamie. Okay. Yeah, and you actually really liked this person. You were really giving them your heart, your emotions. You were giving them that. I give you that. Okay, but I'm showing here that you had to kind of pump your brakes and you walked away. Okay, and if this is the relationship that you have with one of your baby mamas or a baby mama or a mother of your child, this can also be them as well. Okay, it doesn't have to be one or the other. Let's clarify. One more clarifier for that stick. Yeah. You felt like you were being controlled, and you were like, no, stop. Like, stop asking me where I'm going. Stop asking what I'm doing. Like, no. Okay. But when you decided to walk away, you walked away with the promises you kept, which made them feel like, oh, you kept all of these promises to me. You said you're going to do this. You said, oh, I think you will be good for this. I want to introduce you to this person, this, that. You know, you had the honeymoon thing, new relationship, you know. But as soon as you decided to walk away, you walked away with all of that. And they were like, well, wait, I was putting in work. You know, I put work into this, you know. Like, you just left me hanging. You know, even if we're not buddy-buddy, we can still be friends. You can still honor your commitments just as being together, or we ain't effing, you know. That don't mean that you can't honor those commitments. So in a sense, they kind of felt like you were just effing them for opportunity. So they took that opportunity away. Please clarify the 8 of Cups. Yeah, I'm showing here you walked away and you stopped answering their calls. You didn't even explain to them, like, why you, like, the reasoning behind it. It would have been a good idea to have a conversation about it and get down to the nitty-gritty. But it's almost like you blocked them and you didn't explain why, which is not cool. I just got a message in my head that said, ooh, it just went away. It was fleeting. It was a fleeting message. I just came back. So that means that the way that you felt at that time was also very fleeting. At that time, when you did this, you were doing very well in your career. And you kind of felt like, I don't have to. Why do I have to tell her where I'm going? You know, I'm married to her. Like, I don't have to answer to nobody. And you were already feeling that way because you felt controlled, because this person was also helping with the financial aspect of your life. And then you guys were getting buddy, and because you felt like she had control over your money and your heart, that kind of put you in defense mode. Okay, and that's where, you know, this comes in. You were like, wait a minute, hold on. I don't know. This kind of put you in defense mode. So you kind of blocked her. You didn't even answer any questions. You didn't say, this is why I'm walking away. You didn't say that, you know, this is a bit confusing. You didn't say, let's still be friends and let's do this. So, yeah. You might, and like I said, you might even still have this person in your life. Okay, and again, after you did that, things started moving at a slow pace. Okay, it doesn't mean that you're not getting opportunities, but they're very far and a few. What is that? How is it? Far and few in between. Very far and few in between. Jamie. Come on. Why would you do that? I thought you were a gentleman. You were getting beside yourself. Ooh, I got a message in my mind that this initially happened like during the Lil Wayne stage, during the Lil Wayne phase. They had you in a chokehold for a minute. For a minute. So you may have met this person like during the time of, you know, when Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj was super popping. Their career was dying a little bit, you know, was fading out, but it wasn't like at the super height of their career, but it was almost like towards the end of their career. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let's get that back. That was a quick shuffle. I answered a question in my mind. I did that quick shuffle. So let's see. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at this here. Let's take a look at these opportunities and your investigation, since you're investigating so hard. And the crazy thing is that you're really not investigating. You're just really kind of talking to people, and then the way that people respond, you're using your intuition to determine, like, is it because of this person? Is it because that's not investigating, you know? Investigating is getting down to the nitty gritty. You're not doing any investigation if you're just using your intuition and you're not asking the right questions to the right people. Intuition is just half of the investigation. It's like the first half. That's why there's a 2 there. Okay, you have to take care of the first half before you can take care of the second half. Okay, so the first half is your intuition. You say, who could be? Then you start looking, you know, and then you start asking questions. That's where communication comes in. But I'm not showing that you're doing your looking, you're asking any questions that are related to, you know, what you're finding out. Let's do some clarifying. Let's see, maybe you are asking questions, but I'm just showing that you're using your intuition. And that's not enough, because then you're just accusing and blaming people. Okay, now let's see. Jamie Foxx, let's clarify this. Okay, yeah, you're just using your intuition. And when you use your intuition, you're using your intuition to block people out. You might be blocking the wrong people out because, and I'll see here in a minute, but you may be blocking the wrong people out. And I'm getting that you probably are, because you're using your intuition alone. You got to ask questions, you know, and not only that, is because, like I said, the energy I'm getting is that this person who's doing this to you is stealing your energy. Okay, so when you, around this time, when you stop talking to them, I'm not showing that you're not communicating with them anymore. You're not communicating with them on a level like buddy. Again, this is closer to the past, so it tells me more about what was happening at that time in the past and how it went about. Since it does look like, you know, you were communicating, the communications that you guys had stopped completely. But then after some time, it started to pick up. I'm showing that you guys are still communicating now. If they messaged you now, you won't ignore them. You'll talk to them. But before you were taking hours to answer their messages. Just kind of let them know that you're done. Or, you know, you didn't answer them at all on some messages. So it kind of, you put yourself in a place to where you felt like you had to control the situation. So you set the pace. You made sure that the way you were communicating was setting the pace to how you want to communicate. So they're going along with your pace. And I'm showing that they're still in your world and they're still fucking shit up. Okay. I'm not showing here where they're repeatedly taking action, but I'm showing in the past, they took that action to fuck your shit up. They're still in your life. They may not still be fucking your shit up now, but what they did then was enough to fuck your shit up until now. And who knows, they may still be fucking your shit up now, but excuse me for all the F-bombs, but we'll see here. Okay, all right, let's see. Oop. Okay, yeah. So I wasn't thinking of anything in my mind, but it's when it happens and it lands on a specific card, I'm okay with that, and I draw it because it shows right now this is where what you're feeling. Okay, you're feeling sad and down about your financial situation. Okay, I'm showing here your finances are running out, and you need a job, you need work, you're worried about your work, and if you're going to get work. You've been saving and you're still in a good place financially, but I'm showing here that you're not at power status, like power level. Based on all of your bills and everything you have due, your bank account is looking not too good. The average person might see you as, oh, you're doing financially well, but if you calculate all the bills and everything you have due, you're worried. Let's clarify the intuition. Yeah, like I mentioned, past, but we're getting it here. Okay, so this means that basically you're using your intuition to figure out who in the past, is related to, why, your financial situation is going so bad and it's not going like it used to. But you're just using your intuition, and you're using your intuition to block people and then just blocking people out. You can't do that. If I see like a card here, like maybe the Page of Wands or the King of Page of Swords, or Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, it would make more sense, and I'll say, okay, you're going the right direction, you're on the right path, but we're not getting that here for you. We're going to draw one more card. We're not getting that here for you. So it just looks like you're using your intuition and what you think in order to block people out, and not digging deeper and answering questions. Got to dig deeper and ask questions. That could even lead to a reconciliation. You could say to somebody like, when back when we used to date, and that was pretty cool. I hate that ended. I hate that it went like that. I felt like we could have really had something. Why did it end to begin with? Something like that, to kind of get answers, because that person may say that you did this to me, you did that to me. You know what I did? I even told this person this and this and that, and they said they're not fucking with you anymore. It could get to that, to where they start telling you, because you've allowed them to open their heart. I'm not seeing any heart in this. The only heart I'm seeing here is basically how you feel. Okay? When you felt controlled, but after how you felt when you felt controlled presented itself, it's like you took your heart out of it completely, and you started being cold to this person. And you may not have thought you were being cold to that person, but you were being cold to that person as soon as you blocked them out. This is a woman, not a man. You got to be, after, heartbroken here, you left them in a place where you made promises, you weren't, they weren't sure, started to doubt themselves, and I'm also showing that they pulled themselves back from the energy completely, because the only energy, the dominant energy that's here, is your energy. They're present, they're here, I see them standing in the room, but it's all about you. And it's almost like, it's not always about you, but in this situation with this person, it wasn't always about you. And that wasn't fair, especially because you told, you were making promises to them and telling them, oh, I think you'll be great on this and this and that. So it makes sense that they feel the way that they feel, and they wanted to take opportunities away from you. Now, every person is different. I'm not somebody who will say, oh, this person made me feel this way, so I'm going to take opportunity away from them. But everyone is different. Whether I believe or think, somebody was right in what they're doing is, not my place to judge. But you do unto your neighbors, as you want your neighbors to do unto you. And if she were your neighbor, you did her dirty. She wasn't just going to stand there and, take it. She's not I'm showing here she's not a pushover. She might have a gentle spirit. She might talk gently. She may not, she may be somebody who you can't really tell when she's mad, but she's not a pushover. And this goes to show she took action quickly, not in the same way that you took action. She took action differently, the way she takes action. You know, it's kind of like some people, you know, when they're upset or something happens to them or somebody gets over on them, one person might go out. If you, let's say if somebody gets over on somebody, let's say if you made a purchase at a store, and after you made that purchase, no, that's not a good example. Let's say something happens, you sign a contract and somebody doesn't abide by that contract and you end up getting the bad end of the straw. Somebody, one person, you know, might get upset and go there and F you up. Another person might get upset, go to talk to you and see, you know, let's figure this out. Let's see how we can solve the problem. And that third person might just take you to court and sue your ass, you know. So everyone handles things differently. And the way that you handle this situation, you know, her being her own person, she made the decision. She did what she did the best way she knew how. Okay. All right. But Jamie, I'm not saying she's right. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm not saying you're right. I'm just saying that it's like from what I'm seeing here, the message I'm getting is an eye for an eye. That's why she did what she did. Okay. All right, let's clarify let me pull one more card for this, and then we'll pull the card here. Jamie Foxx. Yeah, so it's just showing that you're reaching out to people, you know, asking questions, and the way you're doing it is you're doing it on like online, might be some type of online communication. You're not even calling, you know, if you want to really investigate and get to the bottom of things, then you want to do it sincerely. You want to ask the right questions. Do it sincerely. You know, don't make it seem like you're just trying to poke and figure shit out because the person, you know, you don't even care if they're in your life or not, you know? Okay. So let's clarify this here. Yeah. So to clarify this, we get the Tower card. And as I mentioned, right now you're feeling like, right now you can sustain yourself financially, but your money is depleting. You went from, and I'm not even showing it here, but that's the energy I'm feeling based on how you're feeling here. You went from being the Emperor to being the King of Pentacles, okay? And if you don't, you kind of feel like, if I don't figure out what's going on, and fast, I'm going to turn into the King of Wands, okay? The King of Wands has ambition, but no money. Right now you have money, and the money is on its way out, and you're afraid. Okay, let's get one more card to clarify that. All right. Jamie Foxx. Please clarify this card. Message for Jamie Foxx. Why is he getting this card? Why is he feeling this way? Yeah, so you're in your mind, okay? You're thinking, what am I going to do? What should I do? You know, you also went within, you went deep, okay? And that's where you're doing this, you're searching, you're trying to figure out what the core of the problem so you can fix it and you can get out of it. You might even, just because I'm feeling the need to narrate everything, you might have even wrote a script. You know, you might be pitching scripts to see if you can do movies, get other people to play the part in it. You know, you're thinking, if they don't want to see me, let me see, maybe I can get into directing, producing, something like that. So you're writing scripts and things like that. Okay, let's clarify. Okay. Let's clarify the Five of Pentacles, Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx, Five of Pentacles. Okay. All right. So I'm showing here that, and since we're now in the current energy, something is going to end for you here. I'm showing that this situation related to your financial situation is going to end. Okay. So you're going to see the light. Okay. It looks like a decision is going to be made. Okay. That takes you out of this. Okay. And then we're getting the 10. Okay, so we're getting the Wheel of Fortune again. Okay, so this thing that ends is going to take you out of this place of lack. Okay, because something is going to be revealed. Something is going to come to light. Somebody is going to, maybe, I'm getting that something's, whatever has been hidden, what you didn't know, is finally going to be, you're going to get the answer. So it's going to be made clear. This thing that you were looking for, you were investigating, the answer is going to be provided. You're going to figure out, you're going to find out about this. All right, and we're back, you guys. So the camera ended up going out. So, all right, and just as we were talking about him getting into movies. Okay, Jamie, so let's see where we are with your reading. Okay, so as I was saying, it's going to come to light. Okay, this soul searching, this going within is going to bring you answers. You are going to find out the answer, okay, of why you were left in the cold and why things with your career took a turn for the worse. Okay, and it looks like I'm getting an energy like someone is going to come out and tell you. And I'm getting it in this Judgment card because it looks like I'm getting things like it's not the, let's clarify the Judgment card and see. But what I'm getting is that it's not like things just really turned around in your favor, like out the blue, but someone had made a decision. Somebody who can pull, who can pull strings, made a decision, and that's what got you out of this situation. Let's clarify. Judgment. Please clarify the Judgment card. Judgment card. Okay, so yeah. Somebody made a decision and say, you know what? We're gonna give things back to him. We're gonna start giving to him again. Please clarify this card a little bit more. Tell me more about this. Is it a person? Was it God? Please tell me. Yeah, they said they're going to start giving to your financial situation. We're going to start, giving to him again to change things around for him. Ooh, is that a, okay, let's see. Who made this decision? Tell me more. Who made this decision? Some man. Some man. It looks like Jamie communicated with them and they found out that they had, or you guys communicated and they found out that you guys have more in common than they thought. But it does look like you reached out to this person via email or they reached out to you. Okay, but this is a very wealthy man. He does good for himself financially. You guys are on the same level. When you communicate, you feel like y'all are on the same level. You don't feel like one person is higher than the other. You don't feel like you're having to belittle yourself just to rise to the occasion. But this person, they said, you know what? I'm gonna make this decision myself. And they made a decision to start giving back to you. Okay. Okay, I think this is our time to move here since we got the same card here. And here, I think we're going to go ahead and move to this row because here says key person. Okay, so let's figure out about what's going on here. So somebody reaches out to you. Something reaches out to you. Someone reaches out to you and they make a decision that takes you out of this. Tell me more, Lord. Tell me more. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so you receive a message from somebody via email. Okay, it could also be text, but I'm getting via email. And this message is one, basically, that takes you out of this place. Okay, they're communicating something good to you, something that, you know, you're happy about. They provide you with some type of proposal, and you're celebrating it. Like, I'm getting that this is big. This, just based on the fact that you're getting this card, you may have not even have spoke with that person beforehand, before they decided we're going to release Jamie from this stronghold. They just took action. They just took action. They said, we're going to release him from this manipulation. But I am getting that you spoke to that person since. And I'm getting a lot of, yeah, man, thank you, man. A lot of that, but still like on the same level. It's not like, oh, thank you. I really needed this, so thank you. You changed my life. It's more like, yeah, man, thank you, man. Absolutely. I'm down for it type energy. Please clarify. Okay. Now, this is somebody you've known for some time. This person goes back to your past, but they're also aware of the past situation. They're aware of, I'm showing here that this is one of the people that you reached out to in the past. Okay. During your investigation, trying to figure things out. And at that time, they weren't giving to you. It's almost like they picked a side. Pick a side. You might have even started dating that person during the year where Nicki Minaj wrote that song, Pick a Side. Let's see what year that was. Nicki Minaj. Could be when you met this person, but could possibly when you started dating this person. Nicki Minaj. Pick a Side. Year. Okay. No, I'm getting a little bit further back than that. Let me see. Nicki Minaj. What year did Nicki Minaj write Pick a Side? I think that's what the song was called. We'll figure out, won't we? They're like, there's no such song as Pick a Side. Okay. This is very important to the reason. Hold on, you guys. Pick a side. Side. It's no frauds. No frauds. Okay. What year did Nicki Minaj write No Frauds? $2017. You may have started dating this person in 2017. Or maybe you stopped dating them in 2017. Either you started or you stopped dating them in 2017. Or you reached out to this person here in 2017. So I would take a look at that. And my temple just, anytime I'm on the right track, my temple, like here, the middle of my head tingles. Like, you know how it feels when you get the chills? That just happened. So it was either you met this person in 2017, you started dating that person in 2017, or you stopped dating that person in 2017. Let me see. Who did Jamie Foxx start dating in 2017? Okay. 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 It said he wasn't dating anybody. It said you weren't dating anybody in 2017. It said he wasn't dating anybody in 2017. Just kidding. But it said he was dating Katie Holmes. Could be Katie Holmes. Could be Katie Holmes, who put you in this fufuckle, however you say it. All right, so let's see here. What else we got? Kerfuffle, who put you in this kerfuffle. Okay. All right, let's get some more answers. This says key people, so this is the line I guess it's saying where we're going to figure out the the dirty. Okay, all right, clarify. Ooh. Okay, so this talks about your options that you have available. Okay, when you were speaking with this person, they just happened to be able to get you an opportunity out of the blue. So it looks like you got an opportunity coming up. I'm getting like it's a movie. You got a movie, maybe a series. You're going to be put in a series or something like that. But you thought, like what's going on with my career, and then out of the blue, he reaches out to you like, we got this for you. And you're like, okay, that's weird. Before I felt like I was to be avoided like the plague. But you were grateful. You were grateful. And the way that the person presented it to you, you almost felt it had like a background energy of holding on to opportunity. The way they gave it to you was almost like things have been held on to. If that makes sense. The way that the opportunity was presented to you, because I'm showing here that first you communicated with them through message and then you eventually spoke to the person, but the way that they were delivering it all had a underlining energy of we're freeing you, we're giving you back what's yours, we're not locking you down anymore. And I'm almost sure it's going to be clarified here on this because this card here represents clarity. Okay, and then even looking here where we're talking about you're using your intuition to find answers. Remember how we talked about the intuition is the 2? Here is the 1. Okay, so it's almost like the answers were revealed for you right here. It was like I reached out to him to find answers. Okay, at that time I didn't get any answers from him, but I got an opportunity. And you're like, I'm getting that this person who spoke to you was like, that doesn't sound like somebody that this person said that this person was. This is not making sense. So I'm getting that this person pulled some strings for you and made their own choice, made their own decision. Hold on. Come here. Come here, Pepe. Pepe. You okay? You okay? You okay, girl? You okay? Okay. I forgot you guys were on camera for a while. Okay. All right. So yeah, he started to pull strings in the background on his own and then reached out to you and was like, I got an opportunity for you. Can you take it? And you was like, hell yeah, man. I'll take it. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. All right, so put this back here. Yeah, but I do see where this is an act of God. Like, I guess your investigation and research really helped because you ended up speaking with people you may have never otherwise spoke to if you didn't start that initial search or initial like that investigation and to start exploring. Okay, and you have these 2 cards here, which says everything, which is everything God. I mean, of course, yeah, God had a hand in this for sure. See how he's pointing to the sky? As above, so below. And as a result, this is what happens. You must have been doing a lot of prayer because in the future energy, we even had a miracle. So I know you've been praying. You got to believe in miracles. You got to believe in miracles in order to be blessed like that. Because this just happened out the blue. You weren't expecting it or nothing. And it's like Judgment Day. And then you get a message out the blue. And then it's almost like you're passing on to next phase. You're passing on to a next stage. This is why we even have this here at the end. And you see what's here. It's like you have the 8 and there's nothing. It's like walking, you're walking to another phase of life. You're walking out of this pattern that this person put you in. You're walking out of this situation. Let's clarify this Ace of Swords. Please clarify the Ace of Swords. Yeah. So you've got clarity on why you've been juggling opportunities. And you are using your intuition. You didn't get answers, but you were still using your intuition. That's why we got the 2. But at least you have clarity with it. You have the 1. There's clarity behind it. Okay? And with that clarity that's behind it, and again, the clarity has come from the way that this person spoke to you and let you know, like they almost gave you the opportunity, like it was being held. They used verbiage that helped you to understand that this has something to do from the past. Like the way he's talking about the option that he's given me, and the options, certain options, is like there's something there, like there's some type of communication that has to do with somebody else. I know this is a third party, this is a third level situation. Okay, and this is 3 of Cups, so this shows that it's someone emotional. It's not an industry decision. It was a decision that was made by somebody who was heartbroken. Okay, all right. Okay, and the heartbreak spilled into your life and caused chaos, caused this. Gotta be careful who you date and how you treat them, especially when you're dating people in the industry. That's why a lot of industry people don't date in the industry, because things mess like this, Jamie. All right, let's clarify, get some more clarifying on this here. But the clarifying that you got, but based on that conversation, you're like, oh yeah, they've been juggling my opportunities. They've been saying Jamie is the last resort. If you don't give it to, if this person doesn't say yes, they may even had it to where it's like, if this person, always ask this person before you ask Jamie. If this person doesn't get, and I just got in my mind, it may have been Kevin Hart. They're like, if Kevin Hart doesn't say yes, then ask Jamie. Or if this person doesn't say yes, then ask Jamie. And who's not going to say yes? Unless they're busy or preoccupied. But people always make, I'm sure that if there's a great role, that someone's going to make time to do it. They're not going to say no. Or if there's a great opportunity. Okay, please clarify. Yeah, and you have the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. All right, and you're getting and as you see, you're getting 1, 2, 3. Okay. And when you communicated with that person who just reached out to you by message and offered you this opportunity here, a new role, whatever, a new gig, whatever the case may be, again, you knew in your hearts of hearts that it had something to do with a relationship. Okay, like I said, the message I'm getting, maybe Katie Holmes. But you knew in your heart of heart that it had something to do with a relationship. But you're clear that it spilled into your career. Okay, and you get the 3 here. Okay, and you gained clarity that because of this situation, it had you juggling your career, things in your career. Yeah, but now it does look like because of this, okay, you had been put into an unstable place, and that's a 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. After you gained clarity, things in your life just started moving, and this may have not even happened yet for you, but it's going to happen. If it hasn't happened yet, I give it a good month and a half. We'll give it till November 27th. You'll know something by November 27th. Look, after you gain clarity here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Things just started falling into place in order, almost by divine timing, divine intervention. Wow. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it came out in that order. It's not like I shuffled them. 4 came out first. 1 came out second. 2 came out third. 4 came out. You see what I'm saying? Things are just falling into place perfectly for you and gracefully for you. You're walking away from this past situation. Thank you, Jesus. You are walking away from this situation. No more spending your time researching and investigating what's been going on. Please clarify the 8 of Cups. Okay, so you're walking into a place of balance, to where you're now going to be able to be balanced. And then if you even take this together, add 1 and 4, that's 5. Right after the 4, 5. You're walking towards a place of balance. 6. You're getting away from that troubled situation. You're getting away from murky waters. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Place of balance. Calculate the 1 and the 4, that's 5. 6, and they're coming out in order. Things are almost going to go perfectly in alignment for you. It's almost going to feel like every move, every step you're making is an act of God. I'm getting that you've been more in the church, and you've been praying more. You've been meditating more. You've been keeping negative people out of your energy. Just your energy in general is changing. And you're learning to not be too much about self. And this is also helping as well. Wow, your manifestation powers are amazing right now. Like, you got the wow. Please, one more card to clarify and we'll go into future energy. Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx. Please clarify Jamie Foxx. 8. Okay, and so we have 6. You have the 7 on here. You add the 1, that's 8. And this talks about having hope and having faith. And we're talking about, I was talking about how you must be doing a lot of praying, how you must be doing a lot of meditating. Keep doing what you're doing, because your words are powerful. And the only reason that you got out of this situation is because you've been praying, you've been meditating, and because you started investigating. And you spoke to the right person during your investigation by divine timing. Only by the grace of God did that happen. That you spoke to this person with divine timing. Because you didn't even have to speak with this person. Okay? And I even got that it may not even be the person you spoke with directly. You might have spoke with somebody who said Jamie Foxx called. And they spoke to you. And then they may said, oh, so how's he doing? You know? All right, so that's the message that I'm getting for you. And it's almost like the message, just like the last card that we were clarifying for, that talks about walking away, like walking into the future. I'm almost, like this card here, like you're just like you're leaving all that dirt, all that grind behind, and, you know, walking. And look at it this way, you guys. So if you're, hold on, wait, yeah, no, you're looking the right way. So the card is faced this way, okay? So it's like walking away from everything we just read and just walking into this miracle. Just walking into this miracle. We're going to start the we're going to start. I just want to cry. This energy is so amazing. So I guess people do grow up. I got a sense like the energy I'm getting is like you grew up. Like you grew up. I'm getting that the man you were then is not the man you are now. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's start here. This towards for your future energy with this miracle that you're walking towards. Like when I finished like the main reading, I almost kind of felt like there was unfinished business just because we don't see what's ahead. It's like you're walking away from everything we just talked about, everything we just read, and you're going towards something that's ahead. And it's like the end of the cards, it wasn't like there wasn't anything there. So I was like, oh my gosh, I felt like it was a cliffhanger. Literally, there's a cliff over there. So let's take a look at this miracle. Where are the other cards? Like, where are they? They disappeared before your reading, Jamie. They seriously disappeared before your reading. Okay. All right, let's see what's ahead. We'll use this. Maybe I'm not supposed to use that. So use the other cards to figure out your energy. All right. Let's see what we got. Are you a whistler? Are you a whistler? I just feel like a sudden need to just whistle. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Hold on. Meditate. Tell me more about this future energy Jamie's walking into. I'm going to pull 5 cards. Jamie. Future energy. Okay. I almost want to pull it. Something's telling me to pull it like a book. Okay, so let's see. This future energy Jamie is walking into. This miracle. This whole chunk just came out. That was already together. Hold on. Yeah, it was already together. So we're going to put it back in. We acknowledge it. Okay. Tell me about this miracle Jamie is walking into. Tell me about this miracle. But from the cards that I pulled, prayer is definitely a part of it. Prayer's definitely a part of it. There was the Hermit pulled up, so you got to keep with your prayers because your prayers are almost like you have a great power for manifesting. And you may have stopped praying during that time where you were dating the person in question. Jamie Foxx. Tell me a little bit more about his future. The sun. Oh, and it's right there. We're looking at the sun there too. And the card even says, dreams come true. Get what you want. Yeah. Like, you are getting what you want right now. Jamie Foxx, tell me more. Jamie Foxx energy. Okay. Okay, you might be working, and I'm just gonna, let me just drop the cards for now. We'll go over it once they're all down. Whew. Jamie Foxx. So excited for you. Okay. And I know some people say that they don't mean it. I sincerely mean it. Like, we miss you. All right. Come on. Okay. All right. So, again. All right. So, let's see what we got here. I just see a lot of growth. You're walking towards a lot of growth. That situation has completely ended. The worst is behind you. Let me pull a card for right here behind. Let me see if I can pull it out of this deck. Tell us about the card that's behind Jamie. That kind of give the before energy. compared to the now energy. Oop, shit. Let's see. Hopefully a card will pull now. Come on. Clown. Camouflage. Laugh at. Revenge. So this vengeful person in your past, you're walking away from the camouflage that they put on and the performance that they put on and the laughing at your downfall that they put on, and you're walking into a miracle. You're walking into change. Now this is you, okay? This shows that things are looking bright for you. You know, people are going to be giving to you, okay? You are going to receive, you are going to have a lot of energy. Your passion is going to come back, okay? And it shows that your compulsivity is going to come back too. Try to kind of put a cap on that, okay? Because we don't want you ending up back in the position that you were before and starting over, okay? We don't know the difference between impulsivity and creativity. Okay, that's where prayer is probably going to come in really good for you. Like when you start feeling impulsive, to pray about it or write, journal, do something. Okay, because we don't want you to end up here with fake people. And then you go through another how many year run of no career. By then you won't even be able to be in the industry anymore. They won't accept you. And I hate to put it that way, but it's true. Let's pull up energy and see what can come out, what can come out of this if it's used in the wrong way. This is the only card we're going to pull from. We're going to move forward. We're going to end the reading. So with this card here, if that's not controlled and used in moderation, because creativity, that's in here. It actually pulled in the bottom here, and right next to it, this pulled. Okay, because I'm getting that you're so powerful, you're so strong that when you're super energized, when you're ready to go, you're ready to move, people see it as, oh, he thinks he's oh, he's bossy, oh, he's, you know, what are some other things? Let's see, people think you're he's callous. He doesn't have any emotions. He doesn't know how to control himself. He's just misusing his power. You know, so what may look like impulse, what may look like energy and ready to move forward and, you know, being inspired to someone else may look like you're an a-hole. Okay, so you want to use that in moderation and choose the people that you use that energy with as well. Because this is your energy, you're Sagittarius, okay? Now, this is the person where you are right now because, as I mentioned before, your financial situation, that's most on your mind, okay? But that's going to change. You know, money is going to start being given to you, starting with this opportunity that, you know, came for you or is on its way in. You may have not even received it yet, but it's coming, okay? So, this is you. People are going to start giving to you. Things are going to start looking bright, but control this energy because this is what messed you up last time. You were not thinking. You were just being impulsive. Because just to be honest, people started asking why you started dating Katie Holmes to begin with. People are like, well, why is he them? People didn't understand it. You were being impulsive and it got you where you are now. So you just want to put a, you know, kind of think things through and think of how things will appear, you know, before you move forward. All right, so let's pull one more card for and the Knight of Wands, and then we'll end the reading. Jamie Foxx. Yeah. You got the Devil. Okay, so when your impulsivity is used the wrong way, you're looked at as a bad person and you do bad things. No. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're controlling your impulsivity. Okay? And you learn to control yourself because you put yourself in positions of where you're attached to people and things that you didn't want to be attached to, but you found, oh, you know, I'm being impulsive, I'm hanging out with somebody, all of a sudden we're together. All of a sudden I'm attached to them. And this attachment has just ruined my career. So just be careful, read the fine lines. Don't get yourself into agreements that you didn't, or in contracts that, you know, you didn't know you were entering into. Because right now you're going into a place of an abundance and you want to be able to control it. You don't want that to be controlled by someone else. Because at that time, when you, remember in the reading, you mentioned you felt controlled. At that time, your career was doing very, very well. And then you got into a situation where you were controlled. And that control, you tried to step away from that control and it ended you. Okay, so luckily you're gaining control back. Okay, so now you know the power of your image. Now you know the power of control. Okay, always make sure you're maintaining control over yourself and that you're always in the middle. Never take sides. Always stay neutral in the middle. Okay? All right, so that's your message for you, Jamie Foxx. Bye.